lectured. My brain's dead today. Pretty cold outside, but yeah, I can learn. What's up, Zach? How's the day going? My day's been fine. That's good. Good. And all I need from Tiamat right now is Omega Anima, and instead she's like, "Here's two more Magna 3 guns." Dog. Bye. Proving grounds to come back at some point. 4-star heart. We got from the daily points. Oh, that reminds me. I never know what to spend those on. Yeah, oh, heart that I spent awakened the last time I was around. Sometimes I toss it in. I think I have it in my Yugu uh grid at the moment. Even though I what is it? I ultimate mastery uh chaos ruler specifically for Yugu and brother. I it pumps. That shit was insane. I tested it out on like a backup request just to see how it would work, and like I kind of just let it full auto its way, and dude, a lot of people joined in, so we couldn't get much. I think we got like 4 mil honor. I forget how many turns though, but we died when we got to the end because we had like all of our stacks, and then just one shot my team because they have like no HP because that grid's not like fully put together. Like I need to 5-star the opus weapons for that in water because I don't have the draconic staff for wind, and I honestly am not in the mood to fucking farm Lindworm. So I'm kind of just like I'm just gonna build just 5-star my opus and then just call it good. Built a makeshift Rising Force team with it. Oh, is it a harp team with the with Ariel? Ariel, whatever the fuck her name is. I imagine it'd probably have Cal in it. Skill. Right. Shit, what was that command from yesterday? It's clear. Will it work? Like, no, because does it have to be? I think it has to be in the if loop. There we go. Forgot about the clear one yesterday. Rising Force, Mirren, Charlotta, and Leia. Ah, interesting. I have all those parts, all those moving parts. I wonder how to plan out. I have to ultimate mastery. Well, I also don't have like an attack awakened harp. I just have a specialty awakened one. Taking them, either clearing every trigger. Oh, that's really good. Honestly, I feel like if it can solo Galleon, it's a pretty solid like setup all around. Because Galleon can still kind of like mess up some teams if they're not careful. I haven't tried soloing Galleon in a while. Pretty sure. Well, actually, no. I'm pretty sure I've soloed it before. Because I use like cow, and but I don't think I can full auto solo it. I don't remember I've tried that. Make the new list. I know I can't solo Yugu. Like I need to fix the HP on it. I need to double check if the Belial's on that. But like my win team has literally no HP, which is weird because it has like two spoons in it with a fully transcended summon. But they're all like I think like except for MC, they're all like sub 30k HP. I'd have to look at that grid. I think part of it is just because the Opus is 4-starred, not 5-starred. How doesn't this work now? When you equals It worked for it too. Oh, wait, no, it's not working at all now. Why not? It worked with the way I had it, but that way it wouldn't work with this because it would just keep clearing it. If it was like say if it was like 2-1-2-1, it would just clear the list again. Solid point, actually. That's actually a good point because I haven't like used Chaos Ruler as like an actual MC in a while. So he for sure more than likely doesn't have the third one, which is I think the most recent one I've gotten. He might have like the first one, but he might not have like the other two. I think it's two. I have pretty sure. Yeah, that's a solid point. And if Belial's in there, then it's even worse of an option of a reason. I still remember when I was first playing Granblue, and I was like talking to a friend of mine who had played for longer, and I was like, "Man, how does your grid have so much more HP, like your team?" And he's like, "Oh, it's just because the weapons are like higher upgraded." Because at the time, like I was still filling out like my Colossus canes and stuff like that, and I was like, "So there's no like EMP for it?" Because at the time, I didn't know that there was like a total party HP EMP because it was so early on. And he's like, no, it's just weapons. Fucking liar. I cussed his ass out when I got high enough to find out that the party HP EMP nodes existed. Oh, it's because wait, no, why is this? Huh? Is it because it? Oh, I think it's because it already mutated L. Okay, no. So we have L. Oh, we forgot the. Okay, that's why we forgot this. Does it work now? Yeah, now it works. Okay. I forgot the thingy because I'm dumb. It's a stinky horse. Oh my goodness. Hi hi. How was your how was your Valorant games? Did you get an ace? No ace? We riot. It's a stinky horse. Of course you aced. Clipper, I don't believe it. You've lied to me too many times with how many times you've aced. Honestly. Well, hi hi. I hope y'all had fun making fun of Naki while she whiffed. I'm just studying Python. Up mine, you wish. Not even. Not even after dinner. Not with how you deprived me of my boy, of my baby. I can't believe this. But yeah, hope y'all had fun watching her. It's not super exciting over here. It's just gonna be Python learning. I'm listening to an MIT lecture, and then just doing it so that way I can make this better. This is something I actually made myself, but this is just lecture practice. Shaking my head. I mean, Naki even owes me dinner, and she'll just let me starve. I can't believe this. Oops. What is? I get replaced by. Oh, I think I hit delete on accident. Wait, why didn't that work? Oh. Uh, wait, why is there a 2 there? What? Fucking trolling. Oh, that's where I put the 2. Okay, that makes sense. Wait, why is it 0? Oh, because I put E. Oh, I. Bro, my brain is so tired today. Oh. You're right, you don't owe me some stuff. You're right. No, that first sentence was correct. You don't owe me lunch and dinner. But I decided to acquiesce and bargain and just break it down to dinner. And you're just like, you're not too bad. No, you are correct. Usually he comes running whenever he hears the mic arm make noise. Never mind, there you go. He didn't come running, but he came with Saunter. No reason what's going on. I don't know why. Every time he hears the mic arm, he always comes over. Bro, I need like a third. I don't have anywhere to put it though. I need to get a like monitor arms. I got too many fucking windows to keep track of. Oh, returns? Returns are wait. Oh shit, that's actually kind of cool. Most of the other operations that take stuff will do things. Return none. You can make a list that keeps track of like how many times they removed Like what numbers were removed based on. So you wanted to make a list that was just full of twos, but then you didn't know what other numbers would get pulled out, and you're just like, you know what? Make a list that just adds those to it, and it pops it out. That's actually kind of cool. Man, it's too bad the TFT was like, yeah, no, we're banning augment stats because I thought about doing something with augments for TFT for like having a code run. Even though there's apparently some drama revolving around that, which I find relatively amusing that something like TFT could have drama. But apparently, there's allegedly a website that is not only keeping track of the augments in some form or fashion, uh, but is also like sharing it with their sponsored pro players. So that'll be interesting how that pans out. Okay. I could just write the damn thing in lowercase like I'm supposed to. Looks for the element. Oh, then it only removes first occurrence. Well, I guess it really wouldn't matter because you just have it for I in this, have it keep looping. I'm assuming it would still remove each one. Removes first occurrence. Element not in list. Gives an mutate. The pop function actually. I think del is good for when you don't know the specific element but know where it's going to be in the code. And remove is really good if you know what the specific element is and you want it. Go ahead again. You know, they did like they box in some of the things that they want you to like pay attention to, but they use the same color for everything, even though it's not in the same line. Like it's a little confusing when they're showing like the examples in the slides. Or they like color coded it to be a lot clearer. Yeah, one of the students got confused specifically because of that. If they had like color coded the squares together, it would have been a lot easier. Wouldn't it be L plus one? Yeah, Matt, it's been like I've given you too many Magna 3 guns here, have a Magna 1 gun. Um, it skips over one of them. But also, we'll find out tomorrow the how many of those special bricks we'll get from the event. My bet is still on two, but I'm hoping we can get a bunch of revenue up into that. That'd be nice. I'm gonna do square bracket colon whenever I'm trying to copy things. Can you imagine if they put enough crystals in the Tales of Eternal event to at least like full limit break one entire Eternal? That'd be amusing. Doubtful, but it'd be amusing. Fuck, was Boston called the Ath? Ah, that's not really important, but that's news to me. Probably because I've never lived near Boston. It's That's why when I did that and forgot the square bracket colon earlier, it caused like it didn't work. A good old favorite cloud diagram of greatness. Oh, so get me used to anything. Very interesting stuff. Some of the earlier lectures were like really kind of boring, but the more recent ones have been really interesting, especially with like the mutables and the functions. Really enjoyed learning those. I should write invented. Oh, happy. Did you finish your test stream? I was lurking a bit. How's the girls' front line? How have you been? I hope you've been well though. Caught me off guard because I was writing down notes. It kind of spooked me a little bit with the raid link. And, Hear from ads. Oh, I caught you on the tail end of it. But how have you been? How was the how was the 3D shenanigans in the Ghost Frontline? I was lurking a little bit. Just caught me while I was writing notes. But I hope you've been doing well. Yeah, I looked up and I saw there was like 5 seconds left, and I was like, wait, did it get caught in that? Mm, good, good. I didn't realize. Oops. Getting used to the 3D. Yeah, I saw the at least from what that I could see before I had to like go walk the dog and set some things up. The it seemed your tracking was pretty good, honestly. I walked in when you were giving whoever was on screen like head pats or something, and I was just like, oh, probably should. Sorry, wrong door. I had to go walk the dog. I had to pull a good old. Oh, sorry, old fish needs to walk. Good old maneuver. More full body stuff soon. That's cool. Are you still doing your like Ragnarok Guild War PvP pew pew Ranger Bird shenanigans? Is that still a thing? Or you burnt out? Still get on occasionally. That's fair. Honestly, would I believe it, especially with a game as grindy as Ragnarok. Yeah, I can't blame you. Honestly, I always find it really crazy the people who keep up with it because it's like Grand Blue Fantasy has like Guild Wars of a way. It's not like very PvP focused in the way that like Ragnarok is, but it's it's like here's a training dummy, basically. Beat it up, it gives you loot when you kill it, and then whichever team gets the most points wins. And like there's one time I tried like pretty hard. There's a thing called 40 boxing where you grind it enough to get 40 like boxes. That you get there's this like little token pool. And like that almost broke me. I haven't been able to do it again since. I've gotten close though, a little bit. I think the last time I tried pretty hard, it was I got to like close to 30 bucks. That was a lot. That was a lot. I lost track. But like, there's people that do that and more every single time, and I'm like, I don't know how y'all do it. Y'all are crazy. Y'all are insane. But yeah, hopefully you've at least been able to enjoy the time when you get back on. I feel that burnout though. Grind never stops, but sometimes I gotta stop. Hang out with Peach. Sadly, guild events time moved again because of daylight savings. That's right after you get. Oh, that's always rough. That's always rough. Yeah. Yeah, I get that. I have the same thing with Granblue. My strike times and stuff move around because of daylight savings. Well, reset times too. It's always it always takes a little bit getting used to, but it's unfortunate. Python, yes, we are studying Python. I'm using the MIT OpenCourseWare to basically listen on the lectures of the intro to computer science Python thing because I was like, you know what? I tried learning coding earlier in the year and then I got hit with like a super hard migraine that lasted for like 3 months, and so that kind of derailed that a little bit. And then through a wave of like, I don't want to do anything that usually comes within the summer, and now we're back on the train. We've been doing pretty good. Been doing pretty good. I have made this monstrosity. Like actually, I built this stretch over the past like oh some of that. Yeah, it took me a little bit because I when I was like doing it, I saw a lot of people were suggesting to find like a side project to work on, right? And I was struggling to find one, or at least one that I felt like I could do with like what early information I had, right? With like just wild loops, if loops, for loops, stuff like that. This is not by any means the first iteration. This is like the sixth or seventh like iteration of uh this calculator. But yeah, I discovered I big brained. This is a Magna 3 Anima calculator for Grand Blue Fantasy. So if you're ever tired of having to calculate in your brain how much like regular anima you have, how much omega anima you have, and then how much you need left to calculate for like the weapons transcend levels and stuff, this will do it for you. It'll also do it for every element. The code can technically run as many times as you want, but I have it capped at 6 because right, 6 elements. So yeah, so it'll run the loop, and then it'll tell you specifically like you need this many for wind, this many for fire, this many for water, etc., etc. And that's all it does right now. The uh, the end game for this is I want to, which is what I'll probably do tomorrow. Because what I've done is Monday through Thursday I listen to lectures, and then Fridays I've always had a really hard time focusing on lectures. It's always been an issue with me, especially at night because I do this at night. So on Fridays I work on this, and so there's still some uh improvements I need to do to this, and some other things I want to do. But the goal is to learn how to like. I'm pretty happy with where the calculator in and of itself is at. I think it runs pretty well. I think I've tested it in just about every way I can think of to make sure it doesn't break. Uh, the next step is to figure out how to have it store the data to a file, retrieve the data to a file, and then like package it so someone else can just use it without having Python installed. It's kind of like the end plan because like it evolved into a bigger project than I was expecting, which is nice because it's kept my attention, and since it's something I do like on the daily, it keeps my interest, right? And it's something like useful. So yeah. So technically, I'd say we're like halfway through the goals, but I'm pretty sure the last like couple steps is going to take as much, if not longer, than the first couple steps. JSON, no, it's what is it? I have someone I know, the computer science. Also, he gave me a couple things to go because oh yeah, here we go. YAML and Panda were the two that he suggested, depending on what I wanted to do with it. Because my goal is to be able to have it saved to like a text file and an Excel spreadsheet. The Excel spreadsheet's a bit overkill, but I want to know how to do both because, well, at the end of the day, I'd like to get paid to do this at some point. This isn't really just for fun. Like the side projects for fun and education, but learning coding was, I'd like, I'd like to make some stable dinero and hopefully have a pretty decent job that I can just work from home and still like stream and stuff. But yeah, it's been pretty good though. It's been pretty fun. Job opportunity, yeah. Because the nice thing with the coding, especially, is that like you can just it's kind of, in a way, it's kind of like art, right? Where you can freelance and you can also get like an actual job with like a company or something and stuff like that. So it's it's got some flexibility to it. So hopefully I can at least do something. And I don't expect to get a job straight out the door, but maybe I can do like some freelance work or something like that. Wish you knew how to code. The market is cheeks right now, though. Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of things like computer related is pretty cheeks at the moment. It's because it's like an oversaturated market, especially because like a lot of coding things right now are more like focused towards AI and improving the AI thing. But there's so many different things you can do with coding because I think there's a lot of things people don't realize like requires coding that isn't exactly something you can just toss into like an AI thing and it'll just do it. So there's still definitely a decent like job pool there. I honestly didn't think I'd like take to it as well as I did this year because I tried a long time ago, back when I was in high school, like 10+ years ago. Uh, and I think at that time, I think it was Java is what I tried to learn, and I wanted to bang my head through a brick wall. And so, but since then, I've went to university for mechanical engineering, did some of that nonsense, ended up not finishing that, went to something else, did welding. After that, got an associate's degree in computers with working with command line and stuff like that. So I decided, you know what? Coding is similar enough to command line in making me want to go to sleep. So let's see how that works. And so far, it's been pretty good. It's really helped to find a side project that I can do with it, though, because it's helped like me figure things out. Because I've had to break and fix this code like I don't even know how many times by now. Not as many times as I was expecting, but definitely a good number of times. More solid background than you. Yeah, in hindsight, like I felt like going into coding, I was just like, no, I don't have any background in it. And then like I sit there and I'm like, I grew up with computers my whole life. I've dealt with like command line for like half my life. Probably a bit better off than I was expecting. A bit better off than I was expecting for learning. That's been pretty good. Unit test. Unit. Yeah, there's still like a couple other things. I'm kind of like I'm hoping that probably around maybe summer, I'd feel comfortable to probably look around to see if I can find something, some beginner thing that I could like work from home or something like that. See what pans out. I don't know. We'll see. I have a buddy of mine who he does coding for banking, pretty big one. But and he works from home and stuff like that. I know a couple people who code. I might ask them to be like, do you have any advice for what to look out for a starting thing? Just to know like what's a good spot to start at and stuff like that. But yeah, no, it's been pretty good. I think my goal is that if stuff like that doesn't pan out too well, then probably try to figure out how to do some coding stuff for like streamers in some form or capacity, since that's a pretty big market to tap into. I don't know, like code people's like chats, boxes, or whatever random fancy shit they want. Yeah, like bots and stuff like that. I'd be down to try at some point. It's definitely crossed my mind. It's just that's definitely a little bit past my knowledge at the moment. But I have a feeling that if I can get some practice in, I could probably make a pretty decent one. Mostly because I'm a bit more of a perfectionist than I'd like to admit when it comes to stuff like this. But yeah. So there's a couple different angles I've kind of thought about for going to. For trying to find something to do. Oh no, it's been fun though for the most part. I don't know. I mean, as even that's kind of a pain filing on taxes, I wouldn't mind having some sort of freelance work. It'd be pretty fun. So that's like also pretty slow going. All right, finish out this lecture. I tried to do like at least one lecture a night with Monday through Thursday. I got a little derailed earlier in the week because the guy I know who does G science came in and I got derailed working on the calculator again. Good progress. Yeah, we're like pretty close to the halfway point. I think there's like 20 something lectures. We're at like lecture 11. I think like 26, something like that. We're getting pretty close. It's definitely been nice to oh, get the progress through. It's been fun. I don't know. I've been equating it to like getting better at building Legos. Oh, yeah, that's how that works. Okay, I understand. Oh, okay, that makes sense. That was so confusing on the PowerPoint slides. This one, that'd be a bit of a doozy for the last lecture. Goddamn. Oh, Black Bear. I see Snick, Kari. Hello, hello. Sorry, comment. I was like trying to finish. Let's welcome. How was stream? Had fun. Code and Grand Blue. I mean, it's because I needed to make a side project for learning code, and the easiest one that came off the top of my head was Grand Blue. I made this monstrosity. Gracias por el agua. Before I get into that, welcome Raiders. Hope you guys had fun watching homies. For those who may not know me, I'm Marshmallow Bear VTuber. I stream basically just about anything nowadays. I usually stream twice a day. During the day, I usually stream an assortment of games. Currently working our way through Atelier Ryza 2. So after that, we're gonna, once we finish that, which should be in the next couple of days, we'll take a break from that and play TFT and Supervive during the day. And then at night, I have taken up learning coding, which is Python. And as a side project, I made myself a Magna 3 Anima calculator. So that way I can be lazy and not have to mentally math out my regular anima to omega anima to how many weapons and summon stuff I have to do. But yeah, the calculator's gone through a decent amount of work. I think I've been working on it like a week and a half, 2 weeks. Something. We got to the state. It still has a lot left in it for stuff because I want it to like store the data, pull the data, and then package it so that way people who have Python installed can use it. And then maybe, I don't know, I'll probably toss it up on Twitter or something for any other Grand Blue people to get. Python is a language of all time. Yeah, it's been pretty nice. I tried learning C# earlier in the year, and I didn't mind that either. And it wasn't because I didn't like C#, it was just because I got hit with a really bad migraine that lasted like 3 months during the summertime, so my brain just was not learning at all whatsoever. So I stopped. And then when I decided to get back into it, I did some perusing, and people were just like, "Oh yeah, Python's great." By the way, there's the MIT OpenCourseWare, which their computer science uh, introduction course teaches Python. So here we are. I am yeah. Today's one of the lecture days. I've structured the schedule, the night schedule. That's not a snake. That's not a bear. Don't worry. It's because we're bears. We can't read. We type with gusto and then we hope it's right. Trust. I understand. I'm also tired. Honestly, I'm being a brave bear and writing my notes in pen. To be fair, tonight's not been too bad. Yesterday, I think I had to like scratch out like half of like the words I had to write on one of the paragraphs, and it made me extremely depressed. Oh, thank you for the follow. Bears together strong. Yeah, honestly, like I don't even blame you. I've been like mistyping everything. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this is coming out. This is originally just for this is just as a reinforcement for stuff I've learned. It's it's a bit longer than I was expecting, honestly. I was not expecting my first side project to hit like past 100 lines of code. Yet here we are. And this isn't even done. Oh, work, I'll just spit out characters in nearly random order. That's just me waking up. I'm glad you at least have a grace period before it starts. Honestly, like sometimes I just wake up and I'm like, grab the can of alphabet soup, toss it at the keyboard, and be like, "Yep, there we go." Calculators of this could definitely get a lot more elaborate than you should expect. Yeah, originally, like I wanted it to. The original plan was just like do one element at a time, or like just do it once, right? Or you just like fire it up, and you go, "This is what it is. This is this is." it'd be like how much anima do you have? How much omega anima do you have? How many weapons do you want to like uncap? How are you transcending the summon? Yes. What stage are you transcending the summon from? You know, and then it would just calculate everything. And then I decided I wanted to make it loop for every single if someone wanted to get the answer for multiple different elements. So it does that. Also, Shell Jim, thank you for the follow. Hope you've been having a good week. So we did that, which in turn made me have to turn the initial code, which was just I think it was just a while loop, singular while loop, into a bunch of functions because why write it out like functions once? And then so that's what this is. So now it'll calculate every individual element you want, and then it'll change the response to some degree by being like, oh hey, for wind you need this, for fire you need this, for water you need this, etc., etc. Like so, basically it'll ask you how many do you want, what elements are you doing it for, and then work from there. The caveat is I still need to. I haven't ran a test for writing multiple elements, so I'm gonna have to like work on that. That's like the next like project just to get that part figured out. I was getting the numbers part figured out first, like 1 through 6, trying to make it so that if you put something higher than 6 or less than 1, or well, yeah, higher than 6, less than 0 to tell you like just have you put the number, like keep asking you what number you want, and then if you put like 0, I think I had it tell you like congrats, you can go farm something else. Yeah, the farm never ends. It only just changes targets. Basic stuff you want to add. Yeah, yeah. It's just how it is. Yeah, I decided that basically since it's already gotten this far, the grand ending will be having it do this. Well, I say grand ending, but that's a lie. I'll probably come back and like do something else to it. Uh, Set it up to work this properly, and then I will have it. Oh wait, no, I don't have to worry about the elements because it asks you every time it repeats like what element is it for. But aha, 2 steps ahead. I want it to store the data in a file, right? And then if someone comes back, say you were farming for like water, and then it's like, oh snap. Well, let's say you were farming for wind, and then you're like, oh snap, Water Guild Wars is January. I just want to farm the water stuff. So you kind of like take a break from farming the wind stuff because you're like, I value my sanity, and you don't have like time to run it on the side and full auto, and if you can't like full auto it, etc., etc. Uh, if you take a break from that, I want it so that if the person comes back, the program will be like, do you want to see where you left off? And then if the person says yes, it'll pull like where they left off, and I want it to tell them like how much regular anima they had, how much omega anima they had, how many like basically tell them everything they had to fill out and be like, this is what you were working toward last time, and then they can just go off of that. And then I will like to package it, and then obviously update the information for everything else they need. And then I want to package it so that way people who don't have Python can use it. And then I'll probably just like, I don't know. I'd probably have to look at their Reddit to see if they have any stipulations on stuff like this. If not anything, I'll probably just toss it up on Twitter with like the Grand Blue Fantasy tag, like hashtag, and just be like, here, if you guys want to use it, shrug shoulders. I don't know. Have fun. And then after that, it will be to find the next project to work on, which will probably be a much simpler thing than this, because my mom wants a program that she can write down what food she's made and it will save that, and then it'll just pull it back up whenever she wants to look at like what's like in the fridge, because my mother is notorious for forgetting the food she's made. But that honestly is a lot simpler realistically than this, in all honesty. It's just that for that it's just learning the whatchamacallit, the storing data part. And probably like figuring out how to let someone delete something would probably be helpful for that. But that one I'll probably, because like the goal is, since this is like a test thing, just for, this is mostly like an exercise, right? Like just to cement like what I'm learning. Like I plan to do one where it's just to like a text file, which would probably be enough for this for what I want it to do. But then I also want to do it to like an Excel spreadsheet, just because if I can learn how to do both, why not? Kind of deal, right? Because at the end of the day, I am doing this to try to like gain a skill, to get a job, and make monies. Because my savings is getting lower than I'd like, and I'd like to not be super broke. Yeah. But I've also structured my thing. So in about like 15 minutes, when the next ad break starts, uh, well, for now I'm gonna work on the little mini exercise that they have at the end of the lectures, and then when what you call it, in about 15 minutes is when we hang up the learning Python cap and put on our turn off brain, play Zenless Zone Zero, and do my remaining weeklies and event stuff. I can say, because honestly, past like 11 p.m., my brain turns off for any sort of learning. Unless I'm working on the code. If I'm working on the calculator, I'm like, bro, I think like last week on Friday, I think I was like streaming it till midnight, 1 in the morning, something like that. And then I worked on it some more after stream. I think it was like 2 a.m. by the time I was like done messing with it. It was just I don't know, it's really fun. For me, it's like mental Legos, I guess, if I had to describe it, right? Like someone just dumped a bunch of Legos in front of me and my brain's just building it, just figuring it out. Well, every once in a while, someone's like, oh hey, you could do this there. And it's like, oh cool, thanks. It's been fun. I liked it. Makes me curious why I didn't like it when I tried it back in high school. Probably just didn't have enough patience. Probably a little just too dumb. I've definitely learned a lot more things along the way since high school. AKA got an associate's degree in dealing with computers. Probably helped. Probably helped a little bit. All right. Not against suggestions on the code. To varying degrees. Like, if I'm struggling to figure something out, I don't mind someone being like, might want to look at this. Because I have a friend who he pops in, Rook. He does computer science and he's definitely been like, he's helped me bounce some ideas off. But for the most part, I work really well with like, have problem, figure out problem. If I get really stuck, someone could be like, pointing in the right direction is like welcome because saves time. But generally, I'd like to avoid just unless I'm like to a point where I'm like, someone please tell me what I'm doing wrong before I like punch my computer. Like I generally don't mind, but advice is always welcome. Honestly, like I'll never say no. Like just being like, oh, you might want to try this instead, or maybe look at this and stuff like that. Because like I am pretty like fresh, so I don't really have like a big repertoire to be like, oh, I know what I'm doing kind of deal. I don't know what I'm doing. I break this calculator like half a dozen times at every hour when I work on it just because my brain goes, let's try this. Shrug shoulders. See what happens. Like for instance, last I left, well actually let me start on this while doing it. Last I was trying to work on it was I was trying to make it catch if someone decided to whatchamacallit, uh if someone tried to put like a float that was less than one but greater than zero for just shits and giggles. I wanted it to like catch that and be like, no. Which to be fair, I did. It will catch that like at the beginning because when it asks you to put in a number, it checks if it's a numerical, and then numericals only take like it only flags true for integers, so it'll flag false for a for a float, so that's fine. But there's like two statements where it's like while you know while less than or what is it? It was like while less than six but greater than zero but less than one. Like I don't know. It's like I just wanted to catch it just in case. Because like it'll do fine for like the bigger floats, like anything bigger than one, because I just have it casting it as an integer and then it'll just grab the first number and then I probably like set it to do some sort of flag to be like, by the way, is this the number you wanted? Like stuff like that. Cause I spent like an hour on like I think it was Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, trying to figure that out, and I just couldn't. It was just typically micro optimizations that I'd want to. Oh yeah, that's usually welcome because like that's definitely a thing where my brain like since it's like at the beginning, it's like I'll do it myself, right? Like I think which was it? There was a block of code, like a function I made that I think it was this one had like I think like 4 or 5 lines. I ended up like popping out and optimizing it. But generally, it's just like that one's more of just I don't know. It's just like I'm just using it to like try to like cement things, right? And like my brain usually does really well when it like hits a wall and then figures out how to climb over the wall in its own capacity. So like I said, advice is always taken and stuff like that. Generally wouldn't mind. Suggestions I guess would be another one. Being like, if you wanted, something like, if you wanted to optimize that, you could try running this instead. Like stuff like that. But I have a very like I guess some people say masochistic way of learning where I like to not be told the answers to things outside of like very I have really this is like probably like my I guess like as it said on the internet my toxic trait is if I start getting fed the answers my procrastination just like goes through the roof and then I just don't want to do anything. Happens way too often. I should probably work on that as a person, but it's just like I don't know why. It's just how it is. Which case statement? No, we haven't covered that yet. At least it doesn't come to mind. I don't know what it would be under. No, so far like it's pretty like simple what we've gone over. It's just been like, strings, loops over strings, guess check, binary check, floats, approximation methods, bisection searches. Then it's just like learning about functions. Then I think this last couple has just been focusing on like lambda functions and tuples and lists. Like the last like 3 lectures have been mostly just learning about lists and like how to how to change them and stuff, or remove and add and stuff like that. So we haven't really gotten to anything that I think would fall under switch case statements. Because I don't know how like deep it gets because this is just like their like the intro course. So I've just been going at a time, and they definitely like tend to like teach a very longer route around things, just so that way you can learn how things work for sure. Sometimes they do a decent job of being like, oh, this would make it more efficient, or you could cut out a line here and that kind of stuff. I will say, more than likely after I finish the lectures, because we're about like halfway or getting close to halfway through. Yeah, there's like 26. We just finished lecture 11. It would probably be a case where it'd be way more self study there because I don't think the next course is like up on the open courseware thing. I'd have to double check. And then from there, I'd probably have to be like, I don't know where I'm going from here. Even though there is a, what is it? There was a website I was using that had like Microsoft certifications for C Sharp, which is what I was originally working on. I'd probably go like sniff around there to see what they have. What the fuck you? So confused. Mutates lend to remove the first and then sorts the remaining elements in ascending order. You run out of items to remove, lend is mutated to an empty list. Does not return anything. Can't tell if I'm just like too tired or just like the way they have it written out is kind of like breaking my brain. Let's just work through it. Right, so it should. Oh, anyway, I'm just scrolling off the slides real quick. Right, so it didn't work the way I was expecting it to. Oh, because okay, I understand why. Because it didn't really mutate that, but it didn't clear this either, so it didn't mutate that either. Hmm. Yeah, I knew that would happen. not supposed to return anything. Oh, maybe if I do. Forgot to press back up again. Very sick. But it wants us to clear Lynn. Because that is cop. I doubt it, because that's yeah, that's the list. Hmm. Figure it out. Why does it pop up as oh, it's because of the remove, right? Is that right? Yeah, if not in list gives an error with that. I I guess because it's like it stops it running. Hmm. I'm pretty sure this won't work. Yeah, it still doesn't. It still prints one. Which is weird because technically I feel like it shouldn't be printing any. Like it should be printing like a blank because of this. Yeah, okay, so that works as intended. Is it because I'm not making it a deep cut? No, because that shouldn't make a difference since it's not a list within it. Because the weird part is for some reason, I want you to clear Lin, but why? It takes Lin to remove the first element, then and then sorts the remaining order, which I've been trying to figure out how to get it to go back before sorting it. Out of items to remove, Lin is mutated to an empty list. But if you mutate it to an empty list, won't that return nothing? But it's supposed to return 3-6. What they want like makes no real sense to me. I don't think that solves it. Yeah, no, it's still like I think it has to deal with like the shallow copying thing, but do you want me to do the import thing? But then how do you return? Part of me feels like this part doesn't matter. Like part of me feels like it's supposed to be here, and then it just wants this. But I feel like that's not right. But I don't know what the like. Oh wait, solutions. I forget they have solutions for Oh, they wanted it to be done in a very like specific way. What? The way they have it written does I feel like it doesn't really. You run out of items to remove. Is less than or equal to K. Not clear return. Right. Okay. I feel like what they wrote here and what they actually want just doesn't match. Like I understand what their code does, but I don't. I feel like the way they wrote it just, at least to me, doesn't make sense. So they wanted. Like this is the what they say is the answer, but like I don't understand how I'm supposed to read this and get to this. To be fair, I haven't checked the answers for these like ever. I think this is the first time I've had to look because I'm like I don't know. This is what they want me to do. The answer is no, but it's just like Lin is a list of integers. K is an integer greater than or equal to 0. Mutates Lin to remove the first K elements in Lin and then sorts the remaining in ascending order. If you run out of items to remove, then is mutated to an empty list. Do not return anything. Oh, my brain is slowly starting to piece together. I feel like it's written in a very like I guess code way and not like English. It's starting to understand. It's starting to make the connection between these two. Still feels like they could have written that a little better, but no, the mutate I understand. This I understand completely. What I didn't understand was this part here. Like I understand what mutate does, like what this means. I've been using it enough. And it makes sense to me. It's it's the K. It's the remove K elements and like my brain didn't replace it with a number, right? Like if I replace it with a number, I understand what that means. I think part of it is just my brain's like tired. I change this to like, oh, okay, yeah, I understand. I get it now. Yeah, like like it was reading, like it read the sentence, like, and it was just like remove the first K element. So my brain was like, so like the way my brain understood this was it wants the first, like it wants you to remove the first like whatever integer K is that you see in the line is how I read that, which is why I made this. And I didn't understand that as in for however much range or whatever is this, it would remove that many elements. So I didn't like think about. I wouldn't have come. I probably would have come up with this eventually, but so that's why like that was the disconnect there. Yeah, because then the rest of this makes sense. Like the whole, well, if you run out of items, right? Like so if, like for instance, if I make it like 3, obviously it's gonna get rid of everything, so I might as well just clear the list off the rip. Like that's it makes everything make sense when I look at it from that angle. It's just while reading it, my brain was like, "Wait, you want me to remove like K?" And I think to be honest, it wasn't. It was the elements. Like it throws me off because they keep changing how they refer to things sometimes. Like sometimes they'll refer to things in a list as like objects or something like that, and then it's just like sometimes when it's like, you know, at the end of the day, my brain can't really keep up with everything they want. Like it definitely makes sense the more I read it though. But that's definitely a sign that my brain's like, all right, buddy, it's time to do not thinking things. I.e., it's time to just watch Yanagi go burr and make my brain be happy. Yeah, it kind of makes sense. Sometimes, like I've come to notice that, especially in, which I mean, it's probably going to be pretty common to run into, but some of the way they like write things, like the problems, sometimes does and doesn't match how they talk about things like in the lectures. So my brain has a hard time adjusting to, like what they want. Like granted, like throughout that lecture they had been talking about elements, but again, it's like most of the previous lectures didn't really, they used elements as a term for something like very sporadically. So my brain couldn't really adjust to it wants to like get rid of X amount of elements rather than, I feel like if it was X instead of K, my brain would have been like, oh, X, because math, right? It's, you go, well, I need X amount of this. If you're used to math, your brain goes, okay, he needs an undefined number of that. But with K, my brain's like, oh, he wants Kellogg's, he wants cereal. But that's what threw me for a loop was that it was when I while reading it, I was just like, oh, so you want to get rid of like K, like K has to match something. And it's like, no, we want to get rid of K amount of things. Like I think if it was worded like removes K number of elements or something like that, I probably would have been like, oh, all right. Like you want it to get rid of that many elements and then reorder it. But since it was just like rid of K elements, you know, it was very like I guess mathematically written. A lot of math problems I've seen over the years are like that. They omit a lot of like the in between words because it's generally kind of expected for you to understand the unspoken part of it. But I made the connection. The connection was made by the end, thankfully. Oh, not again. Sometimes Endless doesn't want to like play nice with my controller. I don't understand why sometimes it'll work just fine. Because I had my controller plugged in before the game ran. And usually when I do that, it works fine. But with a lighter update, it's been acting kind of funky when it wants to like register that my controller is plugged in. And I've had to like unplug it and replug it in like half a dozen times sometimes. Even when I'm in-game. Gets mildly annoying. Which, to be fair, I don't know if it's actually like a game issue or if it's like my PC's acting up. Both sides are very valid. Yeah, like it's not. Yeah, and then now it works fine. Ah. Let's see. Our dailies real quick. Like, I just find it kind of like interesting how I don't want any of these. Oh well, yeah, I could use that. I'm planning on building south at some point. I find it interesting how they'll talk about how like uh stuff like that, like before a function is supposed to be written so that when someone reads it, they know what it's doing. And then sometimes they'll show an example of a function, and I'm like, I have no idea what the fuck you want from me. I have to kind of just like power through it until I figure it out. Because the way they like to them, I guess, seems like, well, duh. To me, I'm like, my brain's not wired for that yet. It doesn't make those connections that naturally. Luckily, it was something I could see like the answer to, and then put like two and two together. Because they have like, there's another website which is like, I'm assuming their actual like course website that you can log on and do extra problem sets. Those don't have answers, so when I get stuck, I'm like, like I don't know what it wants me to do. Because it requires you to have like a login from having been signed up for the course. So I should finish that tomorrow. That'll be fine. Oh, Hetty's here. Oh, this is Hetty. I got Hetty confused with the other girl. Oh, what's up? When is it our turn to get a little chef? Well, I guess technically we have a chef bag, really. Just he wears a paper bag instead of a chef hat. What a suspiciously random choice. Hello. Beef cheese. Good choice. Sausage. Milk. Lemon tea. Alright. Alright. This is way too much shit to be fucking remembering. Beef cheese. Sausage. Milk. Lemon tea. Oh, it tells you. I was like, if I had to remember that from scratch, we were gonna be, in some pain. There's way my brain is way too dead. What's up, buddy? Sick. I like these. I like these because you can set them up like dominoes, right? Like ahead of time, and then you flip the switch. No, I didn't want to flip it that way. There we go. But this one wasn't as fun. The other ones you can just flip it and you just watch all the lights go off at the same time. That's so good. Hold your hand. What is this? I gotta raise for this. I can't even be Yanagi while doing this? Brother, how's my brain supposed to get soothed? Hello, we have your sandwiches. Wait, and we have to take a photo? What the? Let's go. I need to do like my weeklies too, but my brain is kind of dead. So I think I'm just gonna do like this in the dailies and burn through. I need to burn through stamina because it's like 40 polychrome. I sped through that too much. I didn't realize he was gonna give it to me. The order already. Something about avocado and then something else. Cheese fried dumplings. Interesting. Interesting. I don't know if cheese fried dumplings would be high on my list of things to try. Well, I'd probably try it, but I don't know if it doesn't sound particularly tasty to me. That's avocado boo. Or the bang boo is like... Is he here? Oh, I hate these ones. I don't know why they made these. The other ones were fine. The other ones are more fun, in my opinion. Because you can like line them up ahead of time and then flip the switch and watch everything go pew. Makes my neurons turn on better. Gives me more dopamine. With this, it's like... Bleep, blink, blink, blink. I'm curious why, like... You have to take a photo of them, but... we're caught up on these, thankfully. Oh, the HIA is right here, so we can go run that real quick. Oh. I don't think we can afford it just yet. Oh, we're missing... Yeah. I think we'll be able to get it next week, because I don't think we can get 60 more in like a week. Or in like a couple of days, right? We get like 10 here, 20, 25, 35, 45, 55, 65. Yeah, so next week we'll be able to afford it. I figured it was about like 60 a week. Hi, hi. I would like to get in a fist fight with your defense bros. And then I gotta go dump like another 300-ish stamina in the disk drives. I forgot to change my bang boot to the S ranking. I should go. You're dead. Killed just fine. So we're ways off from being able to do another like 5. I think I bought the ones for monthly already. Yeah. Yeah. Alright. And now I need disk drives for arena. I think I'm just gonna burn the stamina I need. Like I think I need another like 200, 300 stamina for the event thing. Well, for today for the event thing. I don't usually burn through a whole lot of stamina, so it's like something I have to go out of my way to do. So I gotta do other content, I can just grab that preset, be done with it. Yeah, I think I'll just run through some of these disk drive things and then probably call it. My brain just died so hard towards the end there. It's been pretty bad recently because like I keep waking up like before my alarm, and then my dog will like think it's time to get up when it's not, and then I'm just like dead tired by the time of the day. I think this is what, like 40 per? I'll do like 5 of these. Oh, it's 60 per. I'll do like 4 of these. I did not realize it was 60 per. Two more. So glad it's not a fight. Like the fight I need to grind isn't resistant to lightning, because I really don't want to play my my ice set, my ice team. Like it's just it's such a pain to go to Ellen after doing Yanagi. Cause like Ellen just has his way too. It's like Yanagi, I'm like holding the plate. Ellen, I'm spinning like 3 of them on like sticks. It's such a night and day difference for how like little brain power I need for Yanagi. This is why full auto and turn-based stuff is always so wanted. Just turn your brain off. And you have to do so much farming. Haha, we still got the stomps in. Her Stompies is the best win screen in the game so far, honestly. Well, actually, there's a couple other cool ones, but that one's the one I like seeing the most. Unbiased. I need to farm the Ballard. Well, actually, I don't have to farm the Ballard. It's like 5 thing. We did that. We got this. We go over to home slice. Yeah, because I don't usually spend a lot of stamina throughout. Like at most, I think I spend like 700 stamina, and this guy wants like 1200 in a week. So since I need discs for Rena and Seth, may as well do it. Yeah, so we're at 440. I need to do that tomorrow, the day after, because if I don't do it by like Saturday, I'll forget. I'll forget that that's 40 polychrome out the drain. We can't be having that. Oh, I haven't done the invitation ones either. Oh, they chose some of the stuff that I'm just like, don't do. Don't want to do. Wait, what do you mean? Oh, I didn't claim these ones. I thought I claimed it. Oh, I'm trolling. I didn't expect for them to stack that many events towards the end of the patch. Yeah, no, that's it though. My brain is like beyond fried right now. Like it's I had a headache before, like that started before stream, and then it subsided enough to like be able to focus on what I needed, and then now it's like it's back with a vengeance, and I'm just like I'm trying to think like I'm like what do I do next, and my brain's like how about we cease to exist. And I'm like, you know what? You got a good idea. Good idea. We're gonna go say hi to Wea. Oh, Leah in the apocalypse. Hey, day 3. Oh wow, she's robbing banks. I can't believe it. I also need to go and like turn the heater on. It's supposed to get like 13 degrees Fahrenheit. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's already like below the 20s already. I have to like turn my space heater on higher. I don't know what that is in Celsius for people that, you know, live in the rest of the world. Sorry, didn't grow up in that temperature. But we're gonna go say hi to Wea. She is robbing banks. But yes, thank you everybody for watching, for the raids today. Tomorrow will be more Ryza during the day, and then just working on the calculator at night, trying to get that set up, and then depending on like if I get it to somewhere where I'm happy, then I'll probably try to learn how to like make it store data and stuff like that. But we'll see how it goes. But if it's a day for you, have a good day. It was like day for you as well. Stay safe, stay hydrated. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.